Howdy do, Buckaroos. It's week 7 of the Nickel Blitz podcast. Today, joining me, we have Branson Evans and Garvey Lindquist. It sure will be a great
What?
podcast for today.
We're just throwing our full government name in there, or what?
Yeah, everyone has to know. We're gonna be famous.
My middle name's Barrett.
Yeah, my middle name is John.
All right, moving on.
Kevin Jong, John Hong. All right. Well, so the podcast this week, boys, we're gonna do kind of a quick recap, and I think even a quick look forward because of so many bye weeks. But last week, I think we first must talk about Chargers Ravens. Kevin's number one pick in the AFC getting absolutely bruised. Kevin, what happened here, man?
The Chargers didn't start out hot. I felt like the Ravens, they had a game plan. They said it, and Lamar Jackson just being Lamar Jackson. Chargers couldn't keep up.
Yep. Oh, hey, Garvey, could you turn your camera on and off? Like green again.
Yeah, you look like a Martian.
I agree, man. I think Mike Williams was what is happening?
His camera's broken.
Why is it?
Wait, it's still broken?
Let me try it on my end.
Let me just change the camera. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped it. Last time it worked when we just stopped it and turned it back on.
Is it still green?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
He's a Martian.
This is what happens when the Bills lose.
Oh man.
Man, I don't know. Well, if it doesn't fix, I guess we're just gonna have a very green fucking Garvey this week.
Is it? But you can see me, but I'm just green.
Yeah, I can see you, but it's like I don't know. It's like a watermelon man.
Dude, I don't know. You look scary, dude. Touch your arm.
I look scary.
A little scary. Yeah, you got two little dark eyes.
Yeah, that's better.
Hey, yeah, there we go. All right. All right. Oh,
I can't see your eyes. What the hell?
All right, let's get this going. Yeah.
All right.
How the fuck do you take this off? How do you take this off?
How
do you take it off? Take it off.
I'm gonna fucking shit. Oh my god. Okay.
What the fuck is? Oh, you have to click a filter that says.
All right. Well,
it's just weird.
Well, no one's made it this far into the podcast anyway, so no one's gonna see this. So yeah, Garvey, did you have anything to say about Chargers Ravens?
I mean, it just the Ravens asserted their dominance in the AFC. That's a big win for them. I think it was expected. I picked the Ravens to win, so
they just got Rashad Bateman back.
I just think that as long as Lamar Jackson's at the helm, people are saying they figured him out, but I don't think you're going to figure them out. So
no, I would have to agree.
At least this year.
I like Kevin. We're coming to Kevin live on the moon. Kevin, what happened? Do you have any games like you want to highlight from last week?
Kevin, your teeth are so green; they're including it in your little background.
I want to include. Let's see here. The Bills and Titan game was pretty interesting. I would have to say.
No, I don't think they played last week. I think it was Derrick Henry versus the Bills.
Yeah, Derrick Henry versus the Bills. Not the Titans. Derrick Henry versus the Bills. And honestly, Derrick Henry literally just gutted the Bills. I mean, that's all I can say.
Resident Bills fan, Green Garvey, what's up, bro? How'd that game go, man?
I think the Titans are actually a really good team, contrary to their start. But they picked it up. I think they're 4-2 now, just like the Bills, and I think they're a top 5 AFC team, and they're a good team. And I think more times than not, the Bills end up winning that game. So it was a tough loss, and it could hurt us in the playoff structure. But I still think we're a better team overall. And even it sucks because Derrick Henry did dominate, and then some people are going to bring up the fact that there were holdings that weren't called or something like that. It's just They dominated through Derrick Henry. If they completed a big pass, it's because our linebackers are diving into the box as soon as they fake a handoff and go and play action. So Derrick Henry pretty much led the way for him to win that game. And I wouldn't blame it on one 75-yard run. I wouldn't blame it on Josh Allen slipping on 4th down. I just think that you got to play better. You got to have a better game plan than what the Bills had.
I mean, where do you have them? So like the AFC, the top couple, I would even include the Chiefs as like a top team, even though they've struggled out the gate. Where do you have the Titans when you're talking about Ravens, Chargers, Bills, Bengals, Chiefs? Do you have them kind of in the middle, lower end?
Pretty bold to put the Bengals in there right now, I think. But
Really?
I would like, just as far as top 5, I guess they're probably right on that bubble. But
so would you take Bengals out and put the Chiefs in the top 5?
In the grand scheme of things, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Right now, it's kind of hard. Yeah, no, the Bengals look good. They don't look bad. It's just I don't know if they're going to be built for the playoffs, and I kind of hope they are. Hopefully. But I would go
Mixon healthy, and I think they have a good shot because
they have a roster. I don't know how far that roster can take them.
Can Jamar Chase to continue?
Yeah, and it comes down to the quarterback play as well. So it just depends. But I'd put the Ravens 1. I'd keep the Bills at 2. Probably for right now, the Titans would be 3. Yeah, and then I'd probably put the Chiefs 4, even with their slow start.
Okay.
What with the Chargers, man?
Oh yeah, maybe we could probably put the Chargers 4. They could be tied for 4. Honestly, I think they're pretty close. Chargers are a good team.
Yeah.
I just when it comes to playoff time, I expect the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will. They might even come back and win that division. I don't know. They have a really slow head start, or a slow start. So they got to figure
top
it out.
Of the pack, to be honest. And I think NFC has an interesting top of the pack outside of like you have Cardinals and Buccaneers, probably your 1A, 1B. And then you have like all in the mix, the Rams, Packers, Cowboys. You have all these pretty good teams that are right there. I don't really have a definitive ranking system for them, but
beyond the Bucks and the Rams, I don't know if I want to see the Cowboys be a really good team before I'm saying the Cowboys are this, are going to be the top here or something like that. I mean, there's some good teams. Seahawks when they're fully healthy, but they're hurt.
Yeah, I can't even see Seahawks.
Packers. Packers should be included in there. I forgot about them. Packers should 100% be included in that.
Yeah, they look great. Defense not so much, but
top 3. So those are your top 3 teams in the NFC in any order you really want to, I guess.
Yeah,
they're all fairly close.
And looking back at week 6 now, not too many other interesting games in my opinion. Those were kind of the big standouts. The Jags got their first win. Buccaneers actually had it close with the Eagles. I don't know if you guys watched that Thursday night game.
Yeah. I mean, I just think
no.
I said it when we were watching or when I was watching. It's just I think the Eagles are a second half team right now. They just got to figure that out. I don't think they're a terrible team by any means, but they're not a great team. They're probably not even a playoff team. So at the end of the day, there are some improvements that need to be made, and they should be trading 4 players. And I know they just traded Zach Ertz, but you got to be trading 4 players if you're trying to win. You have a young roster. You need to build around Jalen Hurts now. I don't think he's a terrible quarterback.
I think the coaching situation has been weird because they haven't been using Miles Sanders as much as I think they should. It's been very strange. So maybe they start using him more and take some pressure off of Hurts. I don't know.
Helps open the offense when you can run.
Exactly. Like it's just bizarre. Like I feel like Hurts always looks very frantic the second half, and he looks better when he's frantic. So maybe coming out with more energy in first halves and keeping it through to the end might be for the best. But I think that'll wrap up week 6. A pretty okay week. I wouldn't say that's the most exciting one. It's definitely probably more exciting than this next week. Did you guys watch the Browns Broncos game?
Yep.
No.
Did not. Kevin was busy. Dearness Johnson comes out and has himself a day.
Watch the highlights.
Teddy Bridgewater looked terrible. Broncos defense looked pretty bizarre. It was just a bizarre game. It was kind of a bad Thursday night football game. But anyone have any comments about this game at all?
Yeah, Broncos need to draft a QB. Teddy Bridgewater, it should be just a temp. They need a QB ASAP.
Yeah.
I think there's an issue with that team because they're pretty much in a good situation to go for a good playoff run or just to make the playoffs, but their roster isn't playing amazing. They've had injuries. Their quarterback play isn't outstanding. So they're really close to being in a situation where they reset the franchise. So you don't
Jared
want that,
Judy's
obviously.
coming back. I mean, I don't know how much of a difference that makes.
I mean, he's a great receiver and he's a great compliment to Courtland Sutton. They complement each other really well. I just don't think this team's really. I don't think that's going to help them go over the hump they have right now. So they got to figure something out.
If you see them going to rebuild mode, do they sell guys like Von Miller, some of their veteran dudes?
You have to, because if you're resetting, he's not going to be around whenever you have figured out your quarterback and you figured out these other guys. You need to start building around Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton right now while you can.
Yes, Sutton looks really good.
He's a great receiver.
I kind of wish he was on a better team because I have him in fantasy. But looking forward, some of the games I really want to talk about. I think this Chiefs-Titans game could be interesting because they're both teams that haven't limped out of the gate. I mean, Chiefs definitely have. Titans have been a little bit better than I think anyone suspected. But I think it could be closer than we thought coming into the season. When I looked at the Chiefs, I thought they'd just be kind of an easy win. Please ignore that Discord sound.
We got the loser in Discord.
Nick Steen just joined. Maybe he can pop on the podcast one day once we fire Kevin.
Chiefs and Titans. That'll be a good high scoring game. Like I said, it's gonna be arms versus legs, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So choose your pick. You want an arm guy or the legs guy?
I think it's going to be a good game. I'm really close to picking the Titans. I think I'm picking the Chiefs in the end, but I think there's a really good chance the Titans win this game, especially at home. So I think Derrick Henry is going to open up the passing game for the Titans. So I look for someone like AJ Brown to have another good game. So it'll be an interesting game. Chiefs defense has been terrible, especially I mean not great against the run. So
no.
Still give Derrick Henry 40 carries, and I would honestly expect him to have a 100-yard rushing game.
Yeah, maybe. And Bengals Ravens, I think, was the other one I marked down as being interesting. Bengals offense looks really quite good. They have a pretty balanced attack. They've got the run game. They use Joe Mixon quite a bit, and Jamar Chase has been looking amazing. T. Higgins, Boyd. I mean, Burrows looked okay. I think he's better than expected. Hope he finds a groove. But I kind of think I have an inkling the Ravens win this one. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, Ravens all the way. Lamar Jackson is balling.
This is a big test for the Bengals, but I'm taking the Ravens. If they play it close, though, that tells you where they are in the league. You know, they lost to the Packers only by 3, and they lost to the Bears by 3. I don't know what you want to say about that, but they only beat the Jags by 3. So it's like you kind of you can pick and choose these things, but this is their matchup. They got to win, and I just don't see them pulling it off.
Yeah, I mean, a 34-11 win for the Bengals last week over the Lions isn't exactly a statement. You're absolutely right. The strength of schedule really has not been there. They did play the Packers close in week 5, so there's a little bit of that's okay, I guess. That's a nice little win for them. They didn't even look that great in that game, but the Packers, I really thought the Packers lost it more than the Bengals the Packers nearly threw more than the Bengals made it play.
I think the Bengals can win.
They definitely
can win.
Step it up.
Anyone can win any given Sunday, Kevin. But all I'm saying is, this is their biggest test, and if they don't come out playing well, then I'm going to look at them as a B tier team in this league.
Yeah,
a wild card team perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they get out of the round depending on who they're playing. But
if they still stay healthy and keep a decent win total, they could definitely kick someone out of the wild card, kick someone out of the second round. That is a better team for sure. I think they're definitely a dangerous playoff team. But
even
they do
with
have
some injuries,
guys.
Even with some injuries here, the Ravens defense isn't bad. So they've held teams for 20.5 points, which is ranked seventh in the league. So this is a big test for Joe Burrow and that offense.
True. Defense.
Got Bateman back too.
I step it up.
For
Got to play well.
Yeah, and that's a big test for that Bengals defense, which I don't think has been great, but I couldn't tell
Oh, they're
you.
really good. They're like ninth or something.
Yeah,
Are they
they've been
not?
okay. They've not been that top tier, but they've been uh surpassing expectations, I'd say.
They're ranked fifth in points against. Yeah, they're ranked even better. So if you want to say it's not just a strength of schedule thing, then this is the game to do it. I don't know what their yards given up or anything like that is, but now is your time to make plays.
That'll be a pretty fun one. Looking around the league, I mean, my God, Lions, Rams, Cardinals. Cardinals are getting a scrimmage game against the Texans. There's not a lot going on, to be honest. I think a lot of easy wins. Eagles, Raiders maybe a little bit closer.
Bunch of expected games the way you expect them to go. Obviously, anything can happen, but yeah, it's not super exciting. The exciting games are maybe the games that aren't going to be you want to watch, like the Falcons playing the Dolphins. Like,
Yeah.
no one's really going to care who wins, I think, other than the fans of that team of those teams. But honestly, I don't know who I picked, but I really feel like the Falcons might pull that one out.
I like the Falcons in this game too, man. I think they're unleashing Matt Ryan. I think they're unleashing Calvin Ridley. I like Cordell Patterson still. I think he's been playing amazing this season. I just think they figure it out, and I don't. This Dolphins team just bleeds points to receivers and quarterbacks.
That team's about to reset. I think they're going to go get a different quarterback. I love their coach, but it's time to.
Yeah, don't get Deshaun Watson.
You missed your opportunity.
Yeah, maybe.
So they missed their opportunity right now, and then unless they add somebody,
Mhm.
but if they're adding somebody, let's say they do trade for Deshaun Watson, there's so many things up in the air. So I'm not going to get into whether he'll be even able to play or not, but you're going to have to give up a big haul for that. And so if you don't keep some major pieces around, then it doesn't matter what you do because you need more than just adding Deshaun Watson and then losing. They might lose some really big key defensive players in that trade.
Yeah.
Or they may give up some offensive players and give Deshaun Watson less targets to have. I don't know.
I think it's the same situation with the Eagles. It's like they have a really nice running back and they're just not using them as much as I think they should. Maybe they start plugging in Myles Gaskin more. He had that really good week 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, plug in Myles Gaskin. Hell yeah. I like that.
I know you're really hoping for that. I mean, your team is in shambles right now, kid. You got to you're hoping Myles Gaskin turns into an RB or high RB2. I mean, if they decide to use him, he's averaged a really good average per carry, and he's got work in the receiving game. They gotta use him. I just don't know what to say. They have not made the decision to just make him their workhorse. So until they do, I don't see that team winning many games at all this season. Even Tua looked pretty good, but he's banged up a bit. So
yeah, I don't think he's the answer. I think he'll be a solid backup in the NFL. Should teams want to run with the left-handed quarterback? That's what it really comes down to. Some teams don't care about left-handed quarterbacks, but I hope he has a good career. I hope he plays well. I like Tua coming out of college, but he hasn't impressed in the NFL, and at least in my opinion.
He's shown flashes of being something kind of interesting, but just. I mean, he does have a very injured receiving core. I think Parker is back this week. Waddle is going to be fine. He's going to be plugged in. Gesicki's been dealing with an injury. So I would like to see them commit more to the run game. And I'd like to see all his receivers in. Then I can get a good look at Tua and see if he's even something. But yeah, I would say you're right. Erring on the side of he's probably not a quarterback one in the league going forward.
There's a good chance, and I think it just missed. So it's either go get a quarterback and try to keep your roster together this year or this next draft, or trade for Deshaun Watson and I guess see what happens. But I don't recommend trading for Deshaun Watson until the NFL will tell you that he's going to be able to play or not.
Yes. Yeah, it's a pretty big risk, but they are in a position where if they don't give up too much, maybe they could take that risk. I don't know what Deshaun
You got to know if he can play or not. You got to play with his Texans are still not going to give him up for free. They already know what his caliber player is. They're willing to play this game with him. So you got to get what he's worth, and if you're the Dolphins, you got to know if he's playing if you're going for him.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah. And let's talk about the Jets and Patriots game. I feel like this game is going to be very, very fun.
It might be a close game. I don't disagree, but it's like I said, it's kind of like that Dolphins or the Falcons Who are they playing? Yeah, Falcons Dolphins. Like, who cares?
Yeah, true. Who cares? Let's see. I'm trying to find an upset here. I can see the Bears beating the Buccaneers. They did so last year. Maybe Justin Fields becomes Superman or something.
Offense has got to come around.
With this is a good game to highlight in a sense. This might be the first game we get to see Justin Fields unleashed. You can't run against the Buccaneers. And they do not have David Montgomery in. Khalil Herbert looks good. Williams looked pretty good. He might not get many touches this week just because of the COVID protocol. But they're gonna have to throw at some point. Surely, like against the Buccaneers, that's how you beat them. Is you have to throw, and you have to throw really well. So maybe we get to see a really fun Justin Fields game. That's kind of the only reason I would be watching this one. But
I don't know, man. These rookie QBs been average so far. Nothing too special.
Well, I mean, I think Justin Fields has looked okay when they told him to just go out there and play, but he's been very limited. They've been very kind of conservative on offense. I don't like that. I feel like his MO, what I've heard about him in college, was very aired out. He likes the deep throws, so hopefully they get more in that category. Any other games you guys want to highlight here? Panthers, Giants.
Colts and 49ers will be a good one. Even though their record doesn't show it, I think
Give me Colts. That's the Colts, I think, all the way.
Pretty good teams.
Colts all the way. I wouldn't even call the Niners good. And it's kind of interesting the way the Colts is, but I think the Colts are way better than 2-4.
Yeah,
truthfully. So
also, I believe they've had some close games when they have lost. What I remember. Yeah, 6 points to the Ravens only. A Ravens team that a week later would blow out the Chargers. So, I mean, that's okay there. They wind up beating. Their only wins are against. They lose to the Colts, lost to the Titans. Their only wins currently are Dolphins, Texans. So that's obviously those are not impressive wins. But it seems like they played Rams by 3 points. So they are right on that bubble of being interesting. They lost to the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. They did beat the Lions too. So.
It's just tough. They're in a tough conference, so even if they do end up coming back and playing well, they might just miss the playoffs, going like 9-8 or 10-7 or something. Yeah,
I mean, I just don't see them. They have to make a statement win at some point. That's for sure. I don't think 49ers is a statement win. This is definitely a must win for them. Looking forward, they have Titans again, so I'd love to see how they've adjusted to the Derrick Henry situation and that he's just turned into Superman. But their next big game, I'm trying to find one that even interesting. Week 11, they play the Bills, so that will be really their main test, I guess. If they have a favorable schedule, you just got to take advantage of it. Yep. I mean, hey, they play week 10 the Jags, week 9 the Jets.
Yeah, they also are playing in the AFC South, so their really only competition in the AFC South right now is Kevin, take that off. Is the Titans.
That's Kevin's picking the Jags.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so we're no fantasy on this part of the podcast. We're just gonna keep this on purely NFL related stuff. You're looking good there, Kevin. Love the new looks there. If you want any fantasy, that'll be over on Nickel Blitz Overtime. Sometimes one of these boys might pop in. It'll be mainly me. Maybe I'll have some Nick Steen in there too. Those tasting good over there, brother? Looking good? All right, man. So that'll do it for episode 7 of the Nickel Blitz podcast. Thanks everyone who made it this far. Check out Nickel Blitz Overtime. We'll have another episode soon.
And ain't nobody make it this far.
Hey, no one. We got 3 viewers. Anyway, just know that I'm number 1, guys.
You're 9th place in our league.
What are you number 1 in? Because it's not picks in our game, and it's definitely not fantasy.
What do you mean? I'm number 1. Look, I got the ribbon to showcase it.
Thank you all for tuning in. Peace.